Alright, here we have a PlusDlite interface, which is faulty according to the customer. Let's open it up to start with. So I still sell these, they are available as expected in the shop. Not sure if they are in stock at the moment. I don't think so, because I might have only one on the shelf and probably 5 or 10 people are waiting, so I will put them on the shelf once I make more. Alright. We'll add new screws because the heads are a bit damaged. Not a big deal, of course. Right, so not sure what is going on with the interface, but first let's test it on a, for example, for the keyboard. I'm always a bit careful when testing faulty equipment, so I grab one of my testing boards here to do some initial testing, and let's check it out. You can see here the small display, which always comes up first. So we'll see what the interface does. Okay, not much good. You can see it's the screen is hanging. You can see it on the stream as well now. So what's going on? One problem that sometimes occurs is that one of the old school GAL chips here for the joystick is malfunctioning. So let's test it out first. Fortunately, this interface has been built up mainly with chips that are from the shelves and can be pushed in the sockets, so we'll see if swapping a port will solve this. I cannot get it out, so, which is probably a good thing. Man, it's tight. Alright. It's I think the legs, yeah, these have been GAL chips are not made anymore. Maybe for the last 2 years they're made again, but these GAL chips that are used for this interface are mostly reused parts, and the legs often contain some solder from some other board where they were pulled from. Hence the socket is damaged just a bit. But let's see if it works now. Nope, still not. So we're going to swap out just some more parts, and I will grab my cabinet of parts for the PlusDlite. These are really rare chips. Unfortunately, someone, Charlie Ingley from New Zealand, has made these clones for these, so that's a good thing, because these are something like 25 or 30 euros each nowadays, the disc controller chips. What should I get out first? I'm not sure. Let's just the PlusDlite GAL chip here. That happens sometimes. You didn't see that, did you? Right, let's put in another one, because GAL chips are known to be somewhat unreliable sometimes, but most of the times they work for years. So I put in a new one. Let's see what it does now. Ah, there's some life. Let's do it again. Yes, I think that was all. So it seems the GAL chip was malfunctioning. I could try to reflash it, but I will just put in a new one for now. So this one has a question mark because I need to test it again. Let's put in the other one, joystick one. Yes, so that seems to be all that was not working. But of course we need to test it. So let's make some space, and let's get a floppy disk drive here. This is from Darren, as you can see. As you can see here. So here's the faulty PlusDlite, as discussed. Fingers crossed, it's not beyond repair. It's never beyond repair. If it make it new, it's it can be fixed. Except for sometimes I got I think twice, maybe 3 times, a customer that had a broken interface because of postage, where the interface was just broken in almost 2 halves. Or another customer that stepped on it. I remember that. He was very honest about it, so of course not a problem at all. But Right, here's a floppy drive. This is one of the new types. This is my own test version, so you can see the two bezels do not match, but the drives are just perfectly working. Let's put it here, power it off before connecting this interface cable, which is important. And let's grab a floppy. I have two here. Can power off the extraction hood. You can hear, I think you can hear, no you can't, of course, because it's not in test mode. Now it is. Okay, so there's a joystick interface which I will test, but you can see it's working because it now responds to port 31. So it will be working. Well, we'll test it, of course. What else do I need to do? Let me check if you can hear clicks. Yes, you can hear the clicks. I cannot hear them, but you can hear them. Let's do a game floppy in here. I'm afraid that these are all 128K games. So let me check. Yeah, but it's not a big deal. We just grab a 128K machine, like this one here. This is my Harlequin case. So we've got a Harlequin Rev 2D inside. And it's good to test this interface on several machines as well, so no problem. I was prepared for this. But it's getting a bit full here. So let's see if we can do this without damaging anything. Because of lack of space. Right, now there's a Harlequin 128K connected. Let me see if I can get a signal. I can't. That's because the Harlequin has a slightly different video signal. Let me see if we can do the bypass here. Does that work? Yeah, it does. Right, so this has an Amstrad ROM. And you can see what I'm doing here. I really need to, of course, I need to load the system first. I really need to buy myself a RGB and composite video to HDMI box, a proper one, because this is just working just a bit. Right. So I wonder which one I should buy. If you have any idea, then please tell me in the replies underneath the video. All right, we got some snapshots here. I have no idea which one is good. Let's try Ghostbusters. I hope it's not demonetized because of the music, because I cannot hear it. Just let's load it up and reset it afterwards. So it's functioning completely as it should. This is a snapshot, so might have some things on the screen, but joystick up. Oh, yeah, and then oh, it's Ghostbusters. Yes, okay. Let's reset it because I can't. I have no idea what music is played. Let's see, will Arkanoid give music that is demonetizing the video? I don't know. But as you can see, the interface is now working as it should. I really love to work with floppy disks and drives. So I make these dual floppy drive sets as well. It's kind of hard to see because I should zoom out, but I can't, I think. Can I zoom out? Yeah, I think I can. Let me check. Yeah, a bit. Oh, right. Look, so now you can see everything. That's different. Alright, so almost everything, because you cannot see the floppy here. Alright, so these are the newest versions of the dual flip drive sets. Cool, so everything is working. I like this a lot. The colors are just perfect on this HDMI converter at this moment. So let's test the joystick, do a reset and grab a joystick, because that's on the other side of the room here. Because we want to know if the joystick is working as well, and then we can send it back to the customer. Oh, it's resetting. Of course it's resetting, because I always tell people to power down before connecting any cable. That is working just as it should. So this interface is done. Let me check the temperature of the gel chips, because some do get quite hot, but this is just normal. All right, so this is done. Let's see what else we can do. First, let's close it up again with some new chips, new screws, I mean. So the thick ones here, got all sorts of screws and parts. All the plastic screws on here for the PCB cases for some interfaces like the DivMC Pro 1, Kempson Mouse Turbo, and some others. You can buy them with a PCB case, as I call them, which is a more affordable choice instead of the plastic cases, but most people prefer the plastic case because they look the best. And I agree. Of course I agree. But these are quite more expensive because they're laser sintered, which is an expensive process. I'm lazy, so I'm using my tool for this. Right, so that one is done. Let's get rid of these old screws, or were these new ones? No, these were the old ones and the new ones are in. Yes, just to know if I'm mistaken. Let me grab a anti-static bag. And I will pack this tomorrow morning. Alright, so that's one. Let me grab his letter here and let's put it aside. Alright, what else do we have? Well, yesterday some people were complaining. I think they were right. So let's do something about the complaints that I didn't make a video of a toastrack main board. And just put this floppy drive aside. And the power supply as well, because otherwise I might plug in this power supply instead of this ZX Spectrum one, and that could cause all kinds of troubles. We don't want that. Alright. So, I was working on a toastrack board, and this is part of it. And this is the board. And I wanted to do the final testing here, because why not? These are the parts that came off the board. I will explain why in a second. And I've got some things to test the board with, but I need more. I need a cable for the composite video, and I need a ID interface. All right. So let's plug it in. We'll explain what I did, and then we will test it. Yes, that's one. This is the video adapter cable. So I'm grabbing composite video. And we can have sound as well, but it's mono, of course. Let's plug it in here. Alright, so let's see, what did we do? We added a heatsink on the ULA chip, which is important, but because the height of the ULA chip and the socket and the heatsink is too much with the original socket, as you can see here, which is quite thick compared to a modern socket. Let me compare that for you. So let's plug them in this piece of anti-static felt. You can see that there's not much light, but you can see it's about 3 millimeters lower, the other one. So this is low enough to put in a plus case or a toaster case, of course. Then we replaced the 7805 with a new one, 2 amperes instead of 1, and we replaced the PAL chip with a Unrainer chip here to play some games that were made for the Plus 3 and didn't work properly on a toastrack or Plus 2. What else did we do? We replaced all the capacitors, of course. I don't think there was anything to repair on this board. No, except I put a label on the UV screen for the EEPROM, because otherwise it can get faulty. The data can be corrupted because of the light. And now we can test it. Did I do anything else? Let me check. Oh, of course, I did something else. I can show you. Let me unplug this first. So I added the composite video improvement, which removes some of or lots of the yellow and cyan ghosting, which is I think a mandatory modification, because it should have been on the board, because it was in the specs of the TA2000 chip, which is here. But Sinclair just forgot about it, didn't do it. And most probably they didn't bother because they thought the picture output was good enough back then. But for now, people would like the best of the best. Also, I did a small modification. You can barely see it, but it's a small black wire here. So this coil has been detached, inductor, sorry, and is connected to another resistor here to detach the audio from the video signal, from the composite video signal, but reroute it so it is present on the modulator. So if you still use antenna out, you will still hear the audio over the antenna signal, but it doesn't disturb the signal on the composite video anymore. What else did I do? I think this was it. Yeah, I think so. So we can do the final testing, and I will put it on the board at the other side of the room tomorrow morning for the last test for something like an hour. So to make sure after an hour or something like that, it will still run okay. So this is my refurbishment booklet, which I always use for that. And you can see the name of the customer is Orion, but I never used the last name, of course. We finished testing this on, well, let's put in 16th of February, because I will not finish it tonight, but we'll do most of the testing now. Did we need to perform any repairs? I don't think so. Let me check if the DC socket is okay. Yeah, that's okay. It's almost new. On 48K models, I replaced the DC socket nowadays. And all the other stuff, not everything is on the checklist here, but so we'll put that the Unrainer chip. Is done. There's also a small wire from the chip to the Z80 for the Unrainer chip. What else did we do? Oh, you cannot read it here. Let me put it this way. All right. I just told you, but I forgot. Yes, improved video, removed yellow / cyan ghosting plus detached audio from video signal. Right, what else did we do? Something else that is important enough to put in here. Replaced the 78S05, which is a 2 ampere version. Right, that's that. Let's do the testing. So I always start with the die card. No, I don't. Let me put it aside for a bit. I should start with cleaning the edge connector, which I didn't do. There's no need to modify to composite video. That's only with 48K boards. But we will clean the edge connector because I don't think I did yet. It seems to be a bit dirty, not too much, but it's a bit dirty, not too much. It's just of normal use over the years, plugging in and out interfaces. Nothing special. All right, that's that. Now we can plug in this interface. We can put a V on that. Replace electrolytic capacitors. Replace the regulator. No, we don't, because this is a heatsink ZX Spectrum. You need to be able to cook an egg on this one here. Check the ULA type. Not necessary. Added a heatsink to the ULA chip. Yes. No need for a ROM fix here. Put back the voltage regulator. No need to for that. Improve composite video. We did. And ensure R73 is it on this board. No, it is not. It should be a 1K5, and that was because of, what was it? I think there was an interface which required that modification, or was it? Oh no, it's for the if you need to replace the ULA chip with, for example, a SLAM ULA chip or a VLA chip, then that resistor needs to be there, and it's not on this board, so we still have to do that, and it needs to be 1K5. So let's put it in before we forget. We'll just do it from the top this time because I don't want to plug out everything once again. So this is all from experience, hence I use a checklist to make sure everything that needs to be done is done. And I can always add stuff like the ghosting fix and the undrainer fix, and so I might do that one day. Let's see if we can do it this way without emptying the holes first. I don't think it's a big deal. But it's really hard to hold these with my left hand this way. Okay, that didn't work. Let's try it this way. That's one end. And now the other end as well. Almost done. Come on. Nope, it's not in, it's not in, it's not in. It's going to the side. It's really hard to see with the light on it. I should have just opened the hole, but I'm lazy. We will fix this. Yes. Right. So that 1K5 has been added as well. Let's see if there are no shorts or something else, bridges. No, that seems to be okay. So we can do a quick test and see if it's still working. Yeah, it is. And you can hear the die card. You can't hear the die card because the audio is not present here. So let's add some audio. Let's reset. You can hear the audio then. Why do I not see? Oh no, it's not added here. There's no audio here. There's audio here. So let's copy that audio to the other. Yes, no. Now you've got audio. Let's test it again. Yes, but it's not on screen, so now you can see what I'm doing. Right, maybe it will be better with the improvement here. Let me check. Yeah, it's a bit better. All right. Okay, so let's test the board with the die card and see if we don't get any faults. We shouldn't because I've tested it already. Takes some time because I need to test all 7 banks, or what is it, 6 or 7? And then we're going to test a DivMC interface and a div-ID interface. The main reason for testing the div-ID interface is that on 48K boards with a NAC ROM, there's a modification is needed, is required to have the DivMC interface or the div-ID interface work. But I tested on all boards nowadays. Right, that seems okay. Oh, there's a problem with the signal somewhere. I think it's on this side here. One of the cables is loose. Oh, what is that? It's just a cable. Come on. Which cable is it? Don't touch it. All right. Sorry for the bad connection. We'll solve that later on. All right. So the die card is done. All voltages are present as well. Let's get to the DivMC interface. Do a quick test. We need a keyboard. This one has a joystick, so let's enable it, yes. Because otherwise we see all the flickering in the input signal. Which demo would I test? Let's just do masculine. Alright, that works. What else can we test? Of course, we can test the Robocop because of the unrunning chip. That shouldn't give the raining effect now anymore. We have to wait for a couple of seconds. You will get some music in a second. Yes, there it is. Let's wait for the demo scene, which comes in a couple of seconds as well. There it is. So no more raining, which is what we want. So we tested a diff MC interface. What else can I test here? I don't think there's anything special. Alright, let's get over to the dividey interface. We can play some video if we want to. If you've never seen this, then you will be impressed, I think. I hope. Let's push the enemy button, my button, sorry. The video. Let's not do the clip from Justin Bieber because that will get us demonetized for sure. But we can play some Fortnite. Okay, let's play some Fortnite on the ZX Spectrum. Not much audio, but it's working. Cool, isn't it? And we can also play something else. Let's see what else we do have. Well, we've got some Star Trek. We've got some Star Wars. Let's do Star Wars. That's Ray. Why don't I? Oh, of course, I don't hear anything because on the microphone output, mic output, the AY chip is really silent. But normally on an ZX AY chip, you can really hear the audio from the video, but not yet. All right. This is working as well. If you haven't seen this before, this is really cool. This is the video for, especially for the, sorry, wrong button, for the div ID interface. And some people have been working on a video player for div MMC as well. And I've also seen a streaming video on Spectronet already. So there's a lot more to come in the future. What does it say? Div ID? What is this? Oh, that's me. I didn't remember. Sorry for that, guys. I don't think you have heard the audio. So anyway, this is just some ad. This video has been made possible by PlusDlite. All right. Okay, div ID has been tested. Let's do tape loading, which I forgot as well. So I need to grab a tape recorder. A customer asked me if I had a original toastrack power supply, and I have. So I refurbished it as well. Needs to put a label on it. So there's an original 1.8 ampere one, which has been refurbished, and we've got a new capacitor, and I checked all the contacts, and I put some new foam between the top and bottom parts so it won't wobble or make noises. That's been tested already, so that's okay. Where can I leave this? Let me put it here. Right. Let me do a tape test 1, tape test 2. Right. The video you can use, make your own videos for the ZX Spectrum. Div ID interfaces are still available, so it's a really cool gimmick. I like it a lot. Let's put this in the ear circuit here, and let's load some Jetpack. Let's just use a tape loader. I'm not going to test the whole game, am I? Because I don't have a joystick or something. It's just to show that the tape input is working. Let me just load the loading screen. That's cool. It's nostalgic, so why not? Alright, let's see, this is working just fine. The mic output I can see is working well. We don't have a speaker. We should test the keyboard. We should put on some refurbishment labels. Normally I do all the stuff on the other side of the room, but so let's put on some of these. So to start with, we can put one on the power supply. Don't have many of these left, only a few. So how can I put a label on this? Okay. I want to put it on the bottom, but it's really hard because there's not much space. I think there's just enough space here in between the screws. Let's do that. Yeah, that's okay. You can see there are two rubber feet missing. I will find a solution for that. Maybe I will 3D print 2 more or 4 new ones. Otherwise I can try to find some another power supply and put them on here. But 3D printing is simple as well. Oh, now I am loading the game. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention because I cannot hear the audio because it's recording. Since I don't put it on the speakers. Also, because of the capture device, there's a bit of delay. It's not nice, of course. Alright, this is working. What else do we need to test? We need to test the keyboard. We need to do the addressing fix. That's for hardware only, so not for this. We need to check the temperature of the UA chip, which is cool. It is quite cool. It's a bit warm, but nothing special. So we've done that. The only thing we need to do is the label and the keyboard test. So you can see the game loading. I'll get into the game for you guys. Isn't it nice, the loading screen of this game? I'm not going to call out the name of the game out loud because it's hard. Alright. So no intro music like with Cookie, just spraying the bugs. And I don't know what the keys are with keyboard. I don't care. Is it bugged? It seems to be bugged. What is this? It shouldn't happen. That's odd. What's going on? So there's something happening on screen which I didn't see before with anything else. So I wonder what it is. Let's do some loading from diffmc so we can see if the problem also occurs when loading this game from there. When you think you're ready, you see a new problem. Well, that happens sometimes. Let's put a label on. Right. Let's see. Where does the problem come from? Games. Ultimate. Which keys can I use for left and right? Oh my. So nothing to see here at the moment. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe loading error? I don't know. Oh, what was that? I'm not going to try to play this game. I just want to stay alive for a while, which is really hard. But I'm not sure what just went wrong. Maybe when I the tape recorder did something wrong. I don't know. Let's try again loading it from tape then, because why not? Now I need to do it twice, and I didn't want to do it in the first place. Maybe I should load it differently, but let's just see if we get the same problem. I have no idea what happened. Everything has been tested, so. Now we wait. What else can we do? I don't know. clean up a bit. Maybe announce the next thing I am going to do after finishing this toastrack. Because the next job I will do will be challenging for a change. This is not the most difficult, of course. It's work, but it's the board was working already. Except for the strange bug we just encountered. I don't know why. So let's load it up. It seemed to be something like memory corruption, but I think it was in maybe by loading the game from tape, I don't know. Okay, what did I do? Not loading anymore, I cannot hear anything. So, I think that must have been a... Oh, come on. No! Why? Alright, let's try it from here. I don't know what's happening. Let's do it again. This is time consuming. In the meantime, let me show you what I got out of the board. So the relay socket D7805. Oh yeah, I told you already. Sorry. No, I'm not getting old. Just don't like waiting, that's the only problem. So the heatsink is not hot at all. It's quite cold. So I put some thermal grease in between the 7805 and the heatsink to make proper contact. Maybe I should make sure I can hear the audio as well. Let me try, but I don't want to get on the microphone because you will hear a delay, but you can at least you can make sure I can hear it as well. So now I can hear it as well. I hope you can't, because it will be frustrating. The cables. I will fix the cables later. I'm not sure which cable is making the fuzz. It's not the machine itself, because the other screen is okay, and if I touch the cables I can see it does something, so maybe it's the USB connection, power supply. We'll check it out tomorrow. Yeah, I think it's power supply related. Let me check. Maybe it's it is the HDMI connection. It's not the power, it's HDMI. Is it away? Is it better? I think I need another HDMI cable. We'll do it tomorrow. Now it's gone completely. Come back. It's just one cable. It's a long cable that I made shorter, but come on. Stay on. Just a second. Right. Let me see if we can find out what was happening. Oh, oh no, I'm dying. Nothing yet. Oh yes. Let's just avoid contact at all costs. Nothing's happening at this moment. So I think it was because when I pushed the stop button on the tape recorder. I think it's something with that. I'm not sure. So there's nothing wrong with it now. It's a couple of tests as you can see. Just to know, yeah, I picked up a can, sorry. But I'm not going to play it, I just want to avoid them. Okay, which button is spray? I don't know, I have no clue. Oh, there, this one. Anyway, so I don't see any problems now. I have no idea what happened. All the bugs are eating my plant, but let them have some food as well. Nothing wrong with the board, because otherwise we should have seen something else. I don't know. So I think there was some memory corruption because when I stopped the tape recorder. So don't know what else it could have been. I don't see any problem now, and the game was playing, so, by the way. So tape loading error maybe. Usually you get a tape loading error on screen, but we didn't get any, so not entirely sure what happened. Alright, this is done. Just one thing remaining. Oh no, we need to test the keyboard. And tomorrow we'll do a durability test to make sure it's working after a couple of hours as well. And you can see there's no more or not much blue or cyan ghosting, which is a lot worse without the modification. I think I described it on my webpage, and otherwise you can Google for it. It's a cyan yellow ghosting on the toastrack board. You'll find the solution for that. It's just hard to find the correct parts, so maybe I should offer them as a kit or something. If you like, I can do that. The only trouble is that the inductor here is quite big, quite thick. So maybe I should try to find another one, a better one, but this is the one I got at this moment. I used an SMD capacitor before this one, but the SMD parts are really easy to break or damage or something, so hence I got over to this capacitor here. Alright, so nice. This board is done as far as I can tell. I'm not sure what happened with the Pssst. Oh, I did call the name, sorry. Anyway, I will test it tomorrow on the other side of the room. There's one thing left, as I just said, so let me do that just a second. Where's my pen? I don't know. So this one here, and who has been working on the ZX Spectrum? It's me. All right. So let me put it back on the other side. Just a second. Let me not forget anything, because I want to keep it complete in one set. And the power supply, of course. Alright, so tomorrow I'm going to do something different than usual, which is this here. Let me open it up for you. Oh. Right. This is from Jürgen from Germany. And something really bad happened with this one, which I hope I can fix. Let me put a label on this address. Right. So it is in a +3, and if you look closer you can see what happened, and it's a real pity. I hope it's all that needs to be done. So maybe you can see it here. I will put the floppy cable aside. The ULA chip, or the gate array, has popped. You can see there's some damage here. I think you can scrap some off. You can see the back now. It's only noticeable on the top of the board, it really blew up. And he told me that that happened when he tried to plug in a SCART cable. I'm not sure what exactly cable he used or tried. So the gate array has been has exploded, and fortunately I have some. Just let me check where those are, because last time I've seen them was long time ago. Where did I put them? Where did I put the gate arrays? Yes. There they are. So I've got 5 left here. Some ULA chips here, SLAM ULA 128K and a Nebula. But anyway, it's about the gate array chips here, the 40077 from Amstrad. This is the correct orientation, so you can read the logo on it. I will replace it, and I hope that's all. I can't tell yet. Maybe I will do a power up to see if we can get any picture output as it is, but I don't think so. Of course, it's the replacement of the ULA chip, and when it's damaged, it will not do much. So we'll see about that. I think I will also replace the capacitors here because those seem original. Yeah, so let's do that as well. The board seems a bit dirty, but could be from factory. I'm not sure. There's some modifications. So there's a modification here, which I'm not sure which one is that. I don't think some delay, it seems. So I think I've seen it before. I have to check. And I'm not sure what all those diodes here are for. And another capacitor here, which is strangely situated, but not sure for what it is for. It's on a RAM chip, so don't know. So we'll see about it. This is easy to replace. Just need to get it off with some hot air and then put a new one on. I often seen that the legs here of the gate array chips need to be resoldered anyway from factory, because that old solder sometimes comes loose. I'm checking if the legs are still all connected properly. I don't see anything wrong, so maybe this one has been resoldered. But I've seen a lot of boards there where the legs are not connected anymore, some of them. So we'll check about that. I have not tested these chips, so I hope these work. I have no idea, of course. I bought them on eBay years ago. And then we can test this board not on this side of the room, because for this one I need a RGB cable. Or maybe you can use it. No, we cannot use antenna because my converter does not accept antenna as input. So we'll use our RGB. I have the cable for that. I am thinking, well, maybe the best way is then to get a proper television with the SCART input to connect it to. And of course, ask him by email what cable he used, what could have damaged this. I'm not sure about that. This seems to be just a normal +3 board. I don't see anything strange here, because there are some +2 boards for the French market that didn't have a modulator and have a modified RGB connector for parental specifically with the different pinouts. So you cannot use Iron Pretty's SCART cable for that. You need a special cable for that. So that, I don't know. I see some more modifications here. I'm not sure what they're for, but you can also, if you want to get composite video out of this board, but you need a small modification on the TA chip. I think 3 diodes and a resistor to get composite video on a separate connection, because there's no easy way to achieve it by this board. Maybe only if you can connect the composite video to the antenna output connector and disable the antenna completely. So that could be an idea, even maybe for this customer. I will ask him. So that we will do that tomorrow. And for today, this is enough. So I hope to see you back in this video about this +3 board here, and hope we're able to fix it. I think so. I have a good feeling about it. But I cannot tell. Yeah, what we can do is, of course, test all the other chips that we can pop out, like the Z80, the ROM chips, and test them on one of my test boards. Do I have a +3 test board? I don't think so. Let me check. I think I have a +2A board, but no, I don't have a +3 board. That's a pity. Of course, we can still check these 3 parts on the +2A board because the ROMs are exactly the same. So the ROMs from the +2A and the +3 are the same ROMs. They just show something different on screen when they're powered, depending on which board they're in. All right, that's it for now. I hope you liked it. I hope you're not mad about me refurbishing the toastrack board without video, but I did most of the testing on this video, so I will see you in the next video. So bye.